you know, there's no drama in HOAs. So what am I talking about? So this is gonna be fun. My name is Brian, and I am the owner, operator of Limestone Property Management. And we're gonna talk about the new changes that have happened in condominiums and HOAs. So if you're somebody who's living in a condominium HOA, buckle up, strap in, get ready, because it's about to get real annoying for some. I mean, if you're one of those associations that were already kind of behind, it's over. So what kind of changes have came about? Well, I'm gonna put a screenshot, number one, of the newsletter that my company puts out. So if you are on in an association, which if you're watching this, you probably are, you're gonna want to see like I'm gonna post it. You're gonna want to be like stay up to date with these kind of things. So I'm posting an image of what we send out regularly to our clients and to just the general public, where we share a lot of information and knowledge about what's going on in these condominiums and HOAs. So we can start with that, and then I'm gonna start with condominiums because I'm looking at my notes, and that's kind of where I started. So now if you're in a condominium, you have to define your hurricane shutters specification. You have to define the impact glass, what code compliance on windows, doors. You essentially have to be very clear with whatever qualifications you have set forth for hurricanes. So you can't be broad or just be minimal and only say, okay, if you're gonna have shutters, it has to be, you know, brown. Well, now you have to go a little bit more in depth with what you mean when you're setting your hurricane standards for the property. So I think that's pretty good. Let's see, official records posting. So by January 1st, 2026, if there's an association of 26 units or more, you must have copies of official records posted on your website. Now that's another thing that a lot of associations have been sleep on, is having a website, because, well, they just don't know how to manage a website. We do. So if you need help there, let us know. Now, what are official records? Official records it's pretty extensive. I always just tell people, if you're using it to run the association, better believe it's gonna be on the website. So that's more than just minutes. That's more than just minutes. You gotta put, not just minutes, you gotta put proposals, bids. You gotta put signed or unsigned. You gotta put, I mean, you name it, condo docs, rules, amendments. And that's one of the changes that they even had now, is you have a certain time to put this stuff onto the website, which is also new. I mean, it was always there saying that, you know, you have to have it on the website, but now the new law is that you have to have the website, you have to have these items on the website, I believe, within like 14 days. So this is gonna make it a lot more difficult for management companies, honestly. If you're self-managed, I would not want to be the one doing this self-managed, because you will be held liable if information is not there when you know they're requesting it. Financial reports, membership can now vote for a lesser financial report, but not in consecutive fiscal years. Board member certifications. Now this is new too. So they've updated it. So now, previously, if you're a board member and you got onto your association board of directors, there were two things that you could do. You could either A, certify in writing that you've read your condo docs and you're gonna uphold them to the best of your knowledge, which is kind of minor, or B, you could take a board certification class, either or. Not a big deal. Now, they changed it. So if you're a board member, or you're going to be a board member, you are going to have to start taking 4-hour course to become a board member. It's just so mundane. You're just sitting there for 4 hours, typically listening to like an attorney speak. The other thing that they changed is that you will have to start taking regular continuing education courses, or CE courses. Now, it's important to note that the DBPR, or DBPR, they have already passed this. So this is effective pretty much now. Now the question is, can you take it? Not really, because as of the making of this video, There is nobody that I'm aware of offering these new courses, offering these new 4-hour courses, offering these new CE courses. So be prepared for it. Do you have to do it right now? Of course not, but just keep that in mind. And I think that's really big. And you have to do it within 90 days. So you have 3 months to do this 4-hour course. Now it does say depend on the size of the association, but still, get it done as soon as possible. Don't push it off, because 90 days may sound like a lot, but I promise you, in practice, 90 days will fly by just like that. Actually, you know what? Let's just get right into HOAs. Associations cannot prohibit parking of personal and work vehicles or restrict contractors based on a preferred vendor list. Now that's another big one, because it doesn't specify licensed and insured contractors. It just say associations cannot stop a contractor. So the way I understand it, if you're a homeowner and you're having an unlicensed person come in, well, that's your business. The association can't step in. They can't turn in and mandate you. You have to have a licensed and insured person. I'm not saying that you could go ahead and just start, wasting your, endangering your neighbors with Joe Schmo, the electrician. But according to this law, you can. These new changes, an association can't stop it. They can't stop them from entering. Nor can they stop them if they're not on their list. Now, it doesn't say that the association can't require them to have it, or the association can't ask to see it. So the association will probably more likely still ask, hey, let me see this guy's license and insurance. And if you don't provide it, they can't stop you, but I wouldn't be surprised if they come back and say, you have not provided within a time limit, we will not be held responsible or liable for anything that your vendor may do. If in the event there is some damages, we'll be holding you personally liable, and you just kind of go from there. Again, cut me some slack. I am rollerblading while I do these, because if I just sit down and do these updates, it's really, really boring. But I think this makes it a little bit more interesting. So now we're gonna get a little bit more into homeowners associations, HOAs. Not too many big changes there. Again, fiduciary duty, official record, nothing really crazy. There's a new website requirement. So association with 100 units or more must have a website. That's pretty, I think to me, that's gonna be most homeowner association. A lot of them have 100 units or more on their property that's under their care. So I think that's pretty big. Financial reporting, again, you just have to report your financials, nothing really crazy there. Now they do have something here for debit card usage. Now, I personally don't know of a lot of associations that ever had a debit card. I know a lot of properties had credit cards, but not debit cards. So I feel like that's pretty interesting. But for a debit card, basically for debit cards, it says that office directors, they cannot have a debit card. Also 4 hours, very important, very needed. A lot of associations had people who had no idea what they were doing running these associations. Very, very important. Holiday decoration and garbage bins. Now this is gonna be a good one, because I know a lot of associations, they were stiflers for their garbage bins, bro. But now it says it prohibits fining for leaving garbage cans on the curb within 24 hours before or after collection. And for holiday, I'm gonna put it in 2 parts. So we're gonna start and stop with just the garbage cans. So there were times where, they say you're not allowed to put out the garbage can unless it's the day of garbage collection. And people would get fines for it, and rightly so. Now they changed it. So if you're on your condominium, if you're an HOA, and let's say trash day is Wednesday, they cannot fine you for putting it out 24 hours before. So let's say Tuesday morning, if you know it's getting picked up Wednesday morning. So that means Tuesday morning comes along, you want to take your garbage out, according to these new rules, you absolutely can. They cannot fine you. Now, be aware, and this goes for condominiums as well. Be familiar what's in your rules and regulations and what's in your condo docs. Because ultimately, if there is specific language about it in there, you may be SOL. This is not retroactive. It is not retroactive, and it's not going to circumvent what's in your condo docs and HOA and rules and bylaws. So that's about the trash cans. Holiday decorations, same thing. It says, man, or before or after, week after receiving. The holiday decoration one is kind of more the same thing, and it's kind of dark, so I'm not even gonna touch that. And again, I have a newsletter, I'm gonna post it again, that discusses all this a lot more. You can sit down, you can read it, and it's probably gonna cover things a little bit better than how I am at the moment, because I am getting tired, but feel free not to worry about it. Vehicle and contractor prohibitions in the HOA. Associations cannot prohibit parking of personal or work vehicles or restrict contractors based on the preferred vendor list. Now it's big because, and talk to you about it a little bit more, is there are a lot of associations that have a rule that say no trucks. And I know somebody, he read this and he's like, great, now I can get a truck. Hold your horses. And here's why I say that. Once again, this rule does not circumvent what's already written inside your condo docs or inside your rules and regulations. It's very specific. Now this is for association going forward. And it's not retroactive. So it's not undoing the rules or laws that may already be in place. And if you are somebody that hears about this and you go ahead and buy your new F350 and F the association, they can't stop me from using it, from buying it. Well, sorry to tell you, buddy, it's not retroactive. They totally can. They're gonna sue you and they're gonna win. So don't do that. and unless you don't care, then by all means, but I wouldn't recommend it, and I cannot advise against it enough. Damn, they have not cut or trimmed here at all. Anybody in the HOA of Tamarack? Now I'm in Tamarack, I'm not in Coral Springs anymore. But if anyone is on this golf course, I don't think it's Hampton Pines. Fuck. Oh, what's it called? I can't remember what it's called, but I'm almost positive they're responsible for this. This is crazy. Somebody gets hurt, it's gonna be their fault. So definitely be on top of this. Whoa. Woo. Bro, sketchy, sketchy, sketchy. Look at this, the fence is all broken. If you are in this HOA, give Limestone Property Management a call, because I just found a massive liability issue for you, man. Somebody could jump over here, hurt one of the residents. You're not keeping your property secured. Wow. I think this is Woodmont. If you're in Woodmont, this is Southgate. Watch out for this light, man. People are gonna get hurt. Southgate and University. No secure, overgrown trees, fences down. Huh. This is bad. Very, very bad. With that being said, I'm just gonna skate this parking lot. Always, I'm gonna end it with some skating videos. But thanks for checking us out. Brian with Limestone Property Management. No one cares about your property like Limestone.